Go out.
It's not too deep as the ocean goes deep.
I'm talking about my son's life. And I'm talking about the lives of other black kids. Do what the hell you want to do. Go ahead. But you can't silence me. But you are not going to silence me.
We know that the government is running.
that one. Okay. Camera on. Hello. Okay. I know how to do this. Get on out. Okay. Lord have mercy, Jesus. Now, can you hear me? Hello, everyone. I am so sorry. So sorry for no sound. I hope it. I hope everyone is doing well. I have to start all over. Where did we end it? So from the beginning, no sound. Okay, there it go. But yeah, I had to switch over. I had two devices going. So like when you have like two at the same time, then you get that. Oh, okay, let's start all over again. I hope everyone is having a pleasant Tuesday. Thank you for jumping in, to Texas Black Diamond ENT. How you doing, Trigger? And I was speaking to everyone. Um, just hello to everyone. So I won't have to start over again because I was running my trap. But this is I want to talk about some of the stuff that I'm working on, for upcoming topics and things like that. I usually don't have time to like look at, you know, different bloggers, channels, but I got a chance to look at, I think it was, is it Skylight? But it was the tail end because I was about to go live and then I saw it and I was listening to it waiting for my countdown. And I think at the end someone came in, one of his supporters, and they were speaking on um I don't know what's been said about like the rallies and the rally in Chicago, but one of the his supporters was disappointed on the things that were said about the rally. And truth be told, um we went to the rally, and like told everyone that I had an activist. It's an activist that I know in Chicago, and so he reached out to someone, and they came out and they spoke, and they were telling me, that Robert appreciated, he know, that he has support. And she said that they had to lock down. She said they're in lockdown now. She said we had to lock down. And I was like, oh my God, I said it's because of us. She said no, it's not because of the R.Kelly protest. She said we don't lock down because it's a R.Kelly a protest or a rally or whatever. She said we lock down regardless. It was, she said, we locked down regardless. She said not too long ago, she said we locked down. And she said that's protocol to lock down during any kind of protest or any kind of, violence surrounding the jails. And so she mentioned about a shutdown when the pandemic was going on and people couldn't reach their families. They couldn't see their families, and they was hearing that their family was hungry. They didn't have any food. It was cold, and they was like, "This is not right," And when they came out, they shut it down. She said we even had some hippies come through, and we had to, lock down. And she said we do this for the safety of the not that the people the protesters gonna bogart the place and come in. She said the inmates get excited when they see people and they banging on the windows and things like that, and they get excited. And she said for the protection of the guards and the protection of the inmates, they have to put them on lockdown. And she said they bang on the window, they get excited, and things like that. So she said that's a protocol, that it's a lockdown, they lock down, you know. regardless. So it's not because of a R. Kelly's protest, but they locked down. Period. She said we have protests come through here all the time, and she said they, it's in lockdown. She said, um, they barely have freedom. That's what she told me. And so I say, oh, okay. I said I don't want to be looking at no bricks, no way. I said I'm just here to advocate for him, and I said I'm gonna be over there across the street anyway, just trying to get that information out. She said, I hear you. And I said, thank you so much. I said, tell him to stay strong. And, I said, we are good people. I said, there will be no drama here. And so I went with my kids. We went to the store and then we went across the street. So no, it wasn't a shutdown because of his supporters. It doesn't matter if you're protesting Donald Trump and you walking through there and you stand there for a while, they're gonna lock it down. And it wasn't because of protests given by Robert Sylvester Kelly supporters. It's just protocol, period. Even with New York, I even talked to them about it. They said we shut it down. She said we put it on lockdown. Any protest, we don't care what kind of protest it is. So that's just protocol. So for them to blame, you know, the supporters, I don't know what was said, and I'm not going to go looking for it because, I can care less. I went there, and, if me reaching 6 people, I was satisfied. Me talking to some people and giving them information, and they take the time to stop and record what I'm saying, I was satisfied. But I didn't see anyone throwing rocks. Hi, how you doing, Nicole? They wasn't throwing rocks. They wasn't rude to the guards or anything like that. Matter of fact, the front was under construction, so it had a gate there. It was a fence there and a lot of like plywood and things like that. So it wasn't that like every protest, like the lady said, she said we had people, family members come and protest about their loved one, because of COVID, we're not allowing this, we're not allowing that, and phone calls, and they concerned about their family members. She said we had hippies to come through. She said, and I said, I know, I said, I seen a whole lot of protesting up there. It was like protesters every corner. Like at the hotel, I looked down, I saw at least 5 different protests, like the Rainbow Brights. I seen people with afros. I seen hippies. I just seen so many. I'm like, wow. And I'm like, maybe we should go up in the protests like, with our, free R.Kelly so they can see we here too, you know. But no, it wasn't no disrespect. It was just protocol. It was said we were being it wasn't no, because if it was like that, I had my kids with me, but they adults, but I was looking out for my children. And if it was anything that was violent, anything out the way, anything crazy, we would have been in the car and I would have been like deuces, you guys. I would have been gone. But I want to tomorrow. I just want to talk about like the live that I'm working on. I want to talk about Mr. Cosby's case, the trial that's going on, the civil suit. And I hear Jennifer Bungie is a beast. Okay, so we're gonna, I'm breaking that down. I'm chopping it down. Like I said, I'm not going to be in a rush. I'm just gonna, take my time. Kelly got 15 to from the tape. Shout out to yeah. I'm telling you, like Jennifer Bungie is eating those witnesses up in that courtroom with Mr. Bill Cosby. So shout out to him. He did not go to court. he, he didn't go to court. He didn't have to go to the trial. Um, his spokesperson, he spoke on, the blacks need to be more proactive in the thing, and what he's disappointed about, like, just like with, what's his name, Johnny. He said that court, his supporters should have been out there, but the thing is, people do not give that kind of information. The media does not give that information, like, oh, it's gonna be a trial and it's gonna be this place and that place. Mr. Andrews spoke on how the media is a one-sided media, and so they are depending on people like us, depending on, black, you know, mainstream media, to get information out there, to get facts out there. You know, he admitted that Mr. Bill Cosby invited the lady there, and the ladies, there, but they said that they were 18, and the lady looked hell of a grown. So we familiar with these people running around here. I lied about my age. When I was a teenager, that's nothing uncommon back then. And if you look grown, no ID check, come on in. You mature, come on in. So that's what that was. I want to talk about, I think, I can't, I'm trying to remember her name, but her son was accused of something. She with the Disney, he was with Disney. And let me go in and see if I can get the name. And also I hear Mr. Larry is back, and a lot of people are upset. I mean, they asked me about it. What is a black news media that tells the fact, whichever side? That's what I was wondering. But he gave a shout out to, I think, 4 social media platforms that spread out, try to put that truth out there. And so hey, that's what I was saying, because our people was bashing, Mr. Bill Cosby. And that's one of the things when he said that, I'm like, damn, like, who is that? Like, where can we go? And they put both sides of the story out there. Like, where can we go to get facts on both sides? Because we know with Mr. Bill Cosby case, we know with um Robert Sylvester Kelly case and others, the media only put out what they want to put out, and so that's why it's important, like, to like get the information, get the facts, like find people to come in and just get that information out there.
Disney star Kyle Massey mom exposes the dark side of Hollywood and the extortion attempt on her son.
Okay. Cal Massey, you guys, his mom actually spoke on some things that I was speaking on. And so I'm going to bring that, and I'm going to bring Mr. Andrew. We're going to talk about all these different things, like what can we do as black, I guess, social media platforms and mainstream media platforms to get the information out. And Mr. Andrew is, the media is very biased. And so that's what Mr. Andrew is talking about, like, just people coming out. And the thing was, like, I'm like saying, like, okay, Mr. Andrew, like, really, um, we didn't know until like the last minute. And you guys, I love watching court TV. I like watching court period. And I watch stuff like that. I watch the news, CNN, and things like that. And they didn't even talk. They're not even talking about it. And how I ended up getting information on Mr. Bill Cosby, because I put him in my Google News. Like, what's your interest? I'm putting Bill Cosby. I got R.Kelly, Robert Sylvester Kelly, just different things like that, court, federal, all these different things. And then it pops up in my news feed on Google. So that's how I found out about the court thing. And like with Johnny and Amber, I started watching it before it even got popular. So, because at first I didn't know who the hell he was, because I was actually listening to it driving. I'm like, who the hell is this man? I said, he talks slow just like I do. The black boy from That's So Raven, yes. So, his mother, she is on it. And like everything that lady was saying, I was saying, I said, Lord, thank you. I am glad I am not the only one feeling like that. Because women expect for me, like I'm a female, to agree with everything that a female say. And I said, I'm gonna have to be real with you, because first of all, it takes people that has been through it and been through a lot and experienced different things and witnessed different things to understand the situation. I know how, and I just broke it down like the black eye and stuff. Okay, thanks for the eye. Yeah, to update my news. Yeah, that is like, you go in to Google and you just put in, what you wanna, you're interested in. And that's what I do. And that's how I end up getting information. So I've been trying to keep up with Mr. Bill Cosby. And I felt like Jennifer Bunjean muted her Twitter because she has to concentrate. This lady got a lot on her freaking plate. And when we talk about this tomorrow, because I want to give the lady credit. I want to give these bloggers credit for their work, but I'm taking key things out of their content to use so you can hear what was said. And like when he was speaking on how the judge said what he said, and matter of fact, I'm gonna play that part. Let me find it. Just give me a little time. What's up, you guys? Welcome to the chat. Um, I even think people like I actually think people like Miss oh my God, Lord, Miss Tracy. I'm sorry, Miss Tracy. Um, she, I want to try to get her hooked up with some people so she can, talk to them, because I feel like she's a good journalist. How you doing, One Pal? She's a excellent reporter. She reports things. She's very professional, and and that's what I like. Also, I got a chance to, and I just want to say this. Some people might feel a certain way, but I want to, say something to Block Bender, and what I want to say to him. Thank you so much for getting out the Charlotte's Web, because I was watching him before all this stuff happened with Robert. And Block, he's informative. He give you great information. He breaks it down, well spoken, and things like that. And that's what I liked about him. But like, we all got caught up in some kind of way in the Charlotte's Web, and I just appreciate him going back to his roots. And it was two of his contents that I watched, and I was like, he is point on that. It was about these women that's lying, just for money, just all these different things. So I appreciate him for getting back to his roots and getting out the Charlotte's Web, because that's what I be looking for. I love to laugh too, but I be wanna, I lost like 3 years of just watching a bunch of, BS. And I just like to grow, and I like to, learn and different things like that. So I just started back watching stuff like that, not to knock no one, because every channel is different and unique in their own way. Just like with me, I like to act a fool sometimes. I want to be serious sometimes. Um, and that's what it is. But let me go in. I'm gonna pause it, and I'm gonna go into transcript so I can go exactly to that part with Mr. Wyatt. And I was like, I wish Mr. Kelly had a spokesperson like that. And I'm not gonna lie to you guys, when I was listening to Mr. Andrew, whether some people agree or not, I was like, that was Don Russell with Robert Sylvester Kelly. Mr. Andrew said, I'm here to bring out the truth and let you hear Mr. Cosby's side. And that's what Mr. Don Russell was trying to do. And unfortunately, he got caught in the Charlotte's Web. And the hatred, I don't know where all this hatred and stuff come from, but I watched Mr. Andrew, and I'm like, wow, why nobody just, they're not seeing what Mr. Andrew's saying, because Mr. Andrew flat up called them straight up liars and everything else. And he breaks stuff down. He tell you what. And this is Mr. Cosby's truth. And so no one was allowed to speak and give Mr. Kelly's truth without somebody attacking. And that was sad. That was very sad, because we, as his supporters, was begging people. We were mad at his people that was in his circle to say, well, why y'all ain't speaking? And then when somebody come out there and speak and then try to show you evidence and facts, it became a problem. He became a terrorist. He became intimidating witnesses and all that. And I didn't see that. Because y'all know me. If somebody's attacking, like even when they speak and they call them B word, I'm like, no, don't do that on here. I'm not gonna allow that. I didn't see that. You know, I didn't see it. But I want to let y'all hear what Mr. Wyatt, and this is what I'm gonna bring tomorrow. So, I didn't get a chance to break it down. So he was on point. I want y'all to hear what he said about the judge. The judge, but he said, and when y'all hear what he said, the judge told Miss Bonjean, y'all tell me something on that. Y'all just give me y'all opinion on that. How is Miss Kelly doing? Criminal fax delay display platform. Yeah, so he was like kind of, disappointed with, the black media not putting that out there, and that people wasn't out there to, show love for Mr. Cosby, and I'm like, hey, if you come, he also broke down, yes, baby. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm getting like key pieces, and I'm, putting a video together, and that's what I'm gonna talk about tomorrow. Plus, um, old dude when he couldn't, if you just pay attention, what's his name? he talked about Mr. Kelly all the time. What is his name? He was hating on Mr. Kelly, the singer. But he couldn't do, if you pay attention now, these people, if we start keep putting that information out there, these people, they see like, damn, this really happened with this man. But they're gonna come in, they're gonna say, I'm not condoning what he did, but you, for them to mention and give him credit for certain things, y'all already know what they're trying to do. But they trying to save face. You know what I'm saying? They trying to keep their livelihood going because they're afraid. But the more we put out and show, you even have Timothy Savage is speaking on the Clarice, okay? And the BS. And I think that's one of the key things like we should put out there. Now y'all see what these men going through. The lies, the lies, the lies. But yes, he broke Gloria lies down. She is a snake in the grass. The money hungry heifer. He asked for a lot of people to come. Yeah, he did, but I was like, if I can't travel nowhere. I am back and forth, doing my thing, but I have a brother. I'm not even gonna ask him to go out there because he will not. He is lazy like that. But I think that would be a great thing. Welcome to the chat, Mr. Chair. Welcome to the chat. Claim her civil suit. I'm just trying to get to this judge. I wish I could type in the keyword and then it'll pop up. Let's see. And his anniversary coming up June the 30th when he got out, you guys, and he walked out of there, with his head up in his sweatpants, like I am out of here, okay? So plus because they told him. So he was actually saying, Mr. Cosby, he was shooting a movie. Let's do it again. How many people remember that movie? Let's do it again. I remember because my dad used to watch it all the time. And so he, extended the invitation, for them to come, but because they told him that they were 19 and 20, you know. The only reason, if you look at picture of Judge Judy, yeah, she looks very like mature. She looks very mature. She dressed older. Her hair was teased. A lot more celebrities playing R.Kelly. Yeah, they are, because to be honest with you, I really think that what they are doing is showing support now, um, without showing support. Okay, a lot of people, like I said, they don't want to be blackballed in the industry. They are, they're afraid to lose their livelihood, and stuff. So basically what they saying, Gloria, he was saying Gloria All Lies was trying to do, since they couldn't get him, they tried to say he was a predator. Um, Now, because they can't get him on that and say that, now they trying to say he is a child molester, you know. So how many, we see this? She needs to be boycotted. TBD, her record is over. Rich men. Yeah, if you go back and look at those things I did on Gloria All Lies, it's showing you she is always targeting the wealth, the rich. Now let me call Gloria All Lies and ask her, can she help me with my situation when I went through my situation? And let me see if she's gonna take on that case. I'm gonna tell her it's just average Joe, average Joe from the block, and let's see how fast she take it on. Okay, so now he was, Mr. Andrew was saying Mr. Cosby was preying on young women, models, and he was the S word violating. He was a predator towards little girls. Now she's trying to put that out there. They're trying to make him look like that. So, if people remember when I spoke on, y'all better pay attention to what these people are doing. This was before Mr. Cosby trial was coming forth, and when they were when they was investigating Mr. Kelly, they was bringing these laws out, statute of limitation. They was bringing laws like if you were a minor, back then, or something you were violated, and then you couldn't have, you had a memory loss, and then all of a sudden your memory came back when you turned 79 years old. You can bring charges or you can sue. And I said, you guys pay attention. Y'all better start paying attention, because I was looking at these laws, these different laws they was bringing, and I was like, damn. I said, I feel like they're doing it, targeting Mr. Cosby. And so, if y'all remember with Mr. Cosby, they said that one of the laws, because of what the situation that happened with Mr. Cosby, that what made that law came through, and I think I spoke on that a while back. So paying attention to these laws and what they're trying to do is very, very crazy. Let me see if I can, and I want to give credit to the young lady. I'm gonna give her credit. He is sexy. I want to give her credit. Look at Gloria, all lies out. I can't stand that little thing. Let me stop. Let me stop. Hey, uh, to believe she do all the writing. Lizzo and the lady that went on Donald Trump sound so very alike. Also, hi, how you doing? Nicole's views. Okay, okay, Nicole's view. Cause I'm gonna give her, like, she's been advocating for Mr. Cosby. I've been watching her. I've been watching people that was trying to put information out there, because I've been trying to keep up with the case. And when I was looking, I was posting information that was said from the media, news media, and it wasn't giving all details. But Mr. Andrew is giving all details. And he said that, at the Playboy Mansion, they very strict. They check IDs. If you looking like a child, you got to go. So she rushed and got her clothes on. He tells her, "Well, I'm sorry, you not just a meet Hapner." Well, so now cross examination. So that's 432. I want to find the judge.
Her, he pulled up in a fancy car with tennis rackets on the car,
I'm trying to
and
find
he
it.
invited her and her boss to the set. Mother Jugs and Speed, I'm sorry, and invited her to see the set,
And don't you know that, y'all, this she wrote in a matchbook 11/18/1975. Y'all, hey, okay. Bill Cosby has another person coming out after. Oh, girl, what? Y'all remember I told y'all, if they don't get, because they couldn't get Bill Cosby, Mr. Cosby, it lock him up under the prison, they gonna try to drain him dry, just like Mr. Kelly and all these other ones. What's the guys that has the RICO? It's a state right now. It's state. And what they trying to do is suck all the money out of these men, and then watch the federal's gonna pop up. They're gonna try to exhaust everything that these people have, to try to keep them from fighting. And I'm gonna tell you how important money is. People might feel like, everybody deserves, the right to fair trial and fair justice and all these different things. But when I say this right here, money is very important, because I had to speak on that today because of trying to get in to get my surgery done. And I told her, I said, this is ridiculous. I said, and my dad said, he said, if you came there and you was flashing $10,000, $20,000, you'll be on top of the list. And they was talking about this waiting list. It's important, you guys, to, have good attorneys and things. And whether we, believe it or not, it's very important.
While there, he invited her to dinner at his home. And when he invited her to dinner at his home, he told her once they finished at the home having dinner, this dinner party that he invited her to, well, the people were supposed to be there. They were going to go to the Playboy Mansion and meet Hugh after. Well, she claims while at his home, she noticed a matchbook with matches in there. And so she grabbed the matchbook and she wrote 11/18/1975. My evening with Bill Cosby on the matchbook. Now she writes this in the morning because it wasn't the evening yet. She writes my evening with Bill Cosby. All right, we move forward into this story because this story is going to become very glaring and strange. And
right.
She, just to say this, she perjured herself over 10 times on a witness stand under oath. So she tells the story and how Mr. Cosby leaves his home with her. Now she gets there. He tells her, well, I'm sorry, there's not going to be a dinner party. We're just going to head over and we're going to take you to the Playboy Mansion. Takes her to the Playboy Mansion. Takes her to this billiard room, video game room. There's a bed, a sofa there. They play a game, and he said, who loses, if you lose, you got to take this pill. It's going to loosen you up. She takes this pill, and she blacks out, and she wakes up to Mr. Huxtable on top of her, inside of her, and he has all these moles on his face. And she wakes up to him, and then she passes back out, and she wakes up, and she can smell the cigar smell on his breath, and she passes out again. This is her story. This is her story. And then after she realizes, she comes to her senses, and she gets herself together. She puts her clothes on before he comes back in because she feels that he's going to try to be with her again, and she didn't want it to happen. So she rushes and gets her clothing on. He tells her, well, I'm sorry, Hugh, you're not dressed to meet Hugh Hefner. So we're going to leave and it'll happen another time. Well, so now the cross-examination happens. So Jennifer Bunjean, she starts off, she said, she said, you wasn't actually drugged by Mr. Cosby. She said, well, yes, I was. I took a white pill. He drugged and raped me. She said, now you were 19 years old. She said, now, Mr. Cosby, you never got, she said, all of the celebrities on the set, did you get to meet any of them? She said, no. She said, well, Mr. Cosby didn't ever pick up donuts from the donut shop from you. He didn't meet you at the donut shop. You were standing outside of the gate watching them make the movie, and he saw you over and came and spoke to you. She said, didn't a runner come pick up those donuts? Yes, twice a runner did. But he came also. Okay. Next question. You wrote on here 11/18/1975 on the matchbook, My Evening with Bill Cosby. But it wasn't even the evening yet when you wrote this. No, it wasn't the evening, but I decided to write. She said, but okay, if he did all of these things to you, why would you keep a matchbook from a person who drugged and raped you? Because it was special as Bill Cosby. She said, why are matches missing from the matchbook? Because I used to smoke. I used to smoke, and that's why matches were missing. Okay. She said, Miss Shapiro, you were not with Mr. Cosby, right? She was like, I was. I have no reason to lie. She said, Miss Shapiro, we have the arrest record that you were in court on 11/18/1875, a grand theft.
Wait a minute. Put them hearts up for Jennifer Bungine. That's what I am talking about. She said she was with Mr. Cosby then, but y'all listen to this damn no good ass judge. I thought I was gonna come on here and be professional, but okay, calm down. Shout out to Jennifer Bungine. This girl was in jail for grand theft. Y'all hear me? She did sat up there and lied out on this witness stand, just testifying. Let me play some more. Shout out to Nicole's View. Y'all make sure y'all go over there and put a comment up under her thing. Y'all can watch her whole interview with him. Tell her, thank you so much. Just make sure you do it. But y'all just listen. I just can't believe this mess.
She was in court. The judge tried to come to her aid and bail her out. He said, no, this doesn't mean she was in court. We're going to take a break. We're going to look at this, examine it. He had to come back from break and said, look, she was in court.
Look, hey, let me pause it. Don't that sound familiar, y'all? Who was trying to get bail people out in the New York trial? Huh? Who was trying to bail people out? And who told Cannick? And I'm just going to say this. Yes, Cannick came in at the tail end, but I'm going to put it like this. If Cannick wouldn't have been there to help do those objections, it probably been less objections. Okay. So the judge tried to discipline, Cannick for don't do that. Don't talk to her that way. Don't yell at her. You know better. Okay. And then the Judge Ann, when they get ready to go down them Tesla liars' throat, she can we do a sidebar right quick? And that's what I was talking about. Damn. Let me stop.
And as testimony went on, the woman claimed, she said, Mr. Shapiro, juror number 11, who's Black, Hispanic, female, early 20s, raised her hand because the Quaaludes came up. She said, well, I don't know, what is a Quaalude? So Ms. Bungine said, look, I'll be happy to explain it to you, but Mr. Shapiro, why don't you explain her what a Quaalude is? She said, well, a Quaalude is a white pill that you don't become incapacitated with it. You don't lose your memory. It's like having 3 glasses of wine. You're very alert of what's going on. Now, we've all heard that these Quaaludes are knockout drugs.
Right.
She dispels everything that already is put in the media and all of these women about Quaaludes. Now, Lily Bernard is sitting in the audience along with this lady.
Now, y'all see why mainstream media is not broadcasting this and putting that information out. So it's up to us, okay, to put this information out there on these Tesla damn liars.
I guess she's the PR person for We Support the Survivors.
Right.
And their hands are in their faces because they can't believe how this lady is ruining all of their moments for money. She's ruining everything. She's ruining it. Like they're looking at her like Alred has now put her mask back on her face because Alred's embarrassed now. Because this lady tells everybody that Alred is her publicist, her attorney, everything. Wow. And so we move forward. We come back after a break. And now Miss Bungie really has her on the hook. She said, Miss Shapiro, don't you have a known drug problem? No, I've never had a drug or alcohol problem. Nothing, never.
Is that David Shapiro daughter, y'all? Is she related to the one that tried to have OJ to plead guilty for a lesser charge? David Shapiro.
You pull out her certificate where she went through a course at a drug rehab facility. Also, her arrest record where she was pulled over for a DUI, and pictures of the meth that she had in a Tupperware bowl where the officer took pictures of the meth. Wasn't you on meth? That's a lie. Goldberg and Allred, they sat there. And the judge tried to come to her aid. Miss Bungie, this is an arrest record. She was never meth. She said, Your Honor, Judge, it's right here. She said, there's a picture of the meth. He said, Miss Bungie, a picture doesn't mean anything. Wow. So
okay, let me pause it. Now, the judge said a picture don't mean anything. And Jennifer Bungie said, well, in this case, then we got this attorney right here that's showing pictures of LL Cool J and everybody, and she making the picture mean everything. You know what I'm saying? Let me do a screenshot of this here on this transcript that the judge said that the picture doesn't mean anything. Said, Miss Bungie, a picture doesn't mean anything. Okay. I'm gonna do a screenshot of this, and I'm gonna put the judge on there next to Gloria Alleyes, and I'm gonna have her with that picture of LL Cool J and every other picture of some group with a man showing a picture does not mean anything. Okay. So I'm gonna screenshot that. This gonna be for you, Gloria Alleyes. Let me do my little screenshot real quick. This. Yes. So, Judge, that's what you say. Okay, let's keep going.
Judge, who is this judge? Craig Carlin.
Craig, y'all.
Doesn't mean anything.
Do y'all hear this? This is the stuff we talk about all the time. Them being on people.
A picture does not tell you anything. Just because you got a picture of an officer taking a picture of. He said, "Look, you're a defense attorney." He said, "Pull out her arrest record. Read what it says." He said, "What does BAC mean, Miss Bungie?" She said, "I do know what it means." He said, "But tell me, I want to hear from you. Blood alcohol count." He said, "That's why she was arrested." She said, "But Judge, here's the picture. Here's the certificate of her going through the drug program." He said, "Look, why don't you call the drug rehab facility, find out she was there?" She said, "Judge, you know they're not going to release that because of HIPAA laws." He said, "Look, I'll issue you a subpoena." She said, "You know how long it's going to take for us to get there, and then the trial will probably be over." This is the same judge when she argued before court started yesterday. They argued that she said, "Judge, we have the Playboy records now and the Butler notes that shows that the room that Judy Huff claims that Mr. Cosby forced her to give him a hand job in, somebody else was standing in that room." She said, these records, she said, "This case prejudiced Mr. Cosby because I haven't had an opportunity to interview these butlers, to talk to them, to go through discovery with them." He said, "Miss Bungie, first off, this case is 40 plus years old. What makes you think somebody's going to be able to remember what happened, butlers?" She said, "Well, Judge, if that's the case," he said, "No, I know I'm contradicting myself, but there's a difference. She's the plaintiff. It actually happened to her, so she would remember it. But these people would not remember."
Now, did you hear that? Now, this woman, let's say almost 50 years. Okay? Almost 50 years. Now, the judge saying now, this woman that's like almost 50 years, she can remember. But you telling me judge, me, Jennifer Bunjean, that I can't get these butlers and stuff, and you saying that they might not remember nothing. Okay, I can't. I now I can believe this one on this stand right here. But if you bring them butlers in, they memory gonna be kind of messed up. So it ain't. We can't believe nothing that they say. Now, what's up with these judges, y'all? I'm gonna open this chat up so y'all can tell me how y'all feel about this right here and how y'all feel Jennifer Bunjean is doing. I'm actually trying to get some information. I'm reaching out to some people that I know in California so I can get some information on like stuff that's going down in the courtroom because the people are upset because the man is out. Okay, so let's suck his money, his $1 million ass dry. See, that's what they trying to do. Okay.
You see how he's talking out both sides of his mouth. So Judy Huff can bring up this photo.
Again, credit to Miss okay, Lord have mercy, poor child. Put her name in again for me, Mr. J, because y'all know I will forget a name in a heartbeat.
Of her and Bill Cosby. Was this introduced into the trial? This photo of her, Mr.
Yes.
Cosby.
Evidence.
That's okay though. That's proof.
The photo from an officer taking a picture of a Tupperware bowl with meth in it. A picture doesn't mean anything.
Okay.
So what does that mean?
Well,
Picture of her, Mr. Cosby.
Playing this for the audience.
See, bring that back and let him nip his ass in the ass.
Give this tea to your viewers.
Give me the tea.
And I'm not saying this for you. I'm saying this for my personal opinion. My personal opinion, this judge is in on it.
Yes, baby.
He knows it's nonsense.
Yes.
It sounds like utter nonsense. This shouldn't even be going on.
Yes.
But this is what they do.
That's what they do, baby. All the way down to judge sidebar. Yeah, Nicole. Shout out to Nicole views.
Are going to have to deal with, especially black men. They have this has been the litmus test, and they have a formula now. It's been tried, true, and tested on how to go after successful black men in America. And as I said on another show, the problem with Mr. Cosby in that era, they were open. They were wide open. Right. There were no entourages. You knew where those people, those celebrities were going to be hanging out at. Just right down the street is a place called Chaz J, a bar where the Rat Pack hang.
There's some of the main stuff I wanted y'all to hear. But I want y'all to I'm gonna break it down with the child that was That's So Raven character. His mother, how she broke down some stuff, extortion, baby. This woman tried to extort them, and she said, I ain't giving you a effing thing. She said, so she was talking about what I was talking about. She said, now, if it's a felony she robbing her client with her lying ass. She writing them scripts for them, and they got caught up on them damn Quaaludes. So I noticed all of them talking about he gave me a Quaalude and I passed out. That's something that I have, some medication that the doctor give me when I get too excited and I have anxiety attacks to knock my ass out. Now, if he gave them one of them, then I say it's that. But from what they saying, Jennifer Bunjean broke it down, and I wish I could be a fly on the wall when she go to court for Robert Sylvester Kelly, baby, and I be sitting right there, a fly sitting right there on the witness stand. I just, my ears will be wide open, make sure my ears, the wax is out my ear, so I can see Bunjean doing her thing. And shout out to her, because she got a lot on her plate. She has a lot on her plate. And okay, thank you for sending me a picture. And it just shows, the people you know, how these women is more focused on money. Like even with Blockbender, he was talking about it. Wait a minute. And then Poe Deshaun Watson. They will not leave this child alone. Now, see, they done gave him a $200 million guaranteed contract. And these things coming out the woodwork, these popcorn poppers said it coming. And if they allow these people, and they're gonna allow it because see, they want to see, especially with our men of color, they want to see them drain dry. Okay. Cleveland Brown quarterback Deshaun Watson saw at least 66 messages therapists over 17-month period report. Well, I'm gonna tell you about massage therapists. Okay, she one of them, the one now the last one saying that he showed his private parts, his Johnson tour, and like you know, Block was saying with these masseuse, cause hell, I'm a big woman. You give me these little small ass damn towels, and all my little napping dug out showing and flat booty showing when you have me turning here and there. I'm just trying to hold on to the thing because I don't want you looking at my little smiley face. And I'm holding on to the towel and stuff. And a lot of these rinky dink massage parlors, honey, a lot of them is more like yeah, shout out to her. Very knowledgeable, and you know you can get information, factual information. She does her homework and many more, and I'm gonna be shouting out these people, you know, because it's all about facts and information and you know and things like that. You know, when we want to laugh, you know, it's just like cable TV, we can do that, but when we want information, you know, it's important to go to these people. um but that woman, honey, she was talking about this woman. She said, I dare her. And I'm gonna give you a little bit of her as well. Okay, how do I y'all? Oh, guest. Okay. Invite a guest. If you want to come on here and say something, y'all welcome to. Yeah. I don't like this phone because I don't know what I'm doing on it. Okay. I should have had my ass on the computer. Okay. Yeah, I just that Gloria. Oh Lord, have mercy. That Gloria, that dang on Gloria. Jason is good and to the point and very. Yeah, and shout out to Tracy from Point of View. She's good too. Um, Block Vendor back on his mojo, you know, giving that information out there, um, breaking it down. You know, I give credit where credit's due. You know, I like to look to laugh too, but I like to look for information. I like information. I like the knowledge. I like to know what's going on, honey. Laugh too, but I like to look for information. I like information. Don't y'all be scared to come on here and talk about something important, baby, because y'all can y'all asses. What's going on with this? Don't y'all be scared to come on here and talk about something important, baby, because y'all hold up. Oh Lord have mercy, Jesus. See what y'all saying. My little glasses ain't even going on. Y'all be talking about everything else. Y'all come on here and talk about something important, honey.
Sandra Hudson, I'm from the 70 and I know my pills. They are lying. These pills were not to make you go to sleep. Not even Spanish fly. Anybody from the 70 that know about pills, they were speed.
What, girl, Sandra? Y'all was on that speed. Y'all was running like what's his name? Chris Tucker on Friday when he was smoking that stuff and he was climbing all on top of the cars and chicken house. Ooh, y'all. And I hear, let's get back to Mr. What's his name? The grown man, Larry. Larry is out and about. Some people celebrated him. You know, they celebrated. You know, they're excited that he's out. And you know, people ask me how I feel about it, and I'm gonna put it like this right here. Um, sometimes it take a person to walk in another person's shoes to see a situation. I don't know how long it's gonna last with him feeling that way, because I'm pretty sure they gonna gas him up, get him back hyped up, to do what he do. But I just hope that because it's called life learning lessons, and with this man, you know, um, seeing the light, and he went hard for the Clarys. He see that they were people that use people, that they were liars, um big ass liars, and I can say liars because they lie. I have a damn video that I never did post that I caught him in so many lies. You have a mother that's training her daughter to be a call girl, and you have a mother that's talking to a man pretending to be her daughter, and that she's a legal age, and people see that needs to be spread all over the world. Okay. And so he know how it is to go somewhere, not have freedom, to have to tell somebody has to tell him as a grown man. And that takes something from a man, that you somewhere and they treating you like you a dog. Get up, go to bed, it's time to eat. And you're not hungry, you can't watch TV, you can't do this, you can't do that, you know and to come home and see your kids and your family, and look back at Robert's situation, even though their situations are two different things, but for him to walk in his shoes just a little bit, and to say that's a black man too. Okay. And this man was it was extortion, all these type of things going on. I was blind to the fact. I let the Clarys, lie to me, and I took the bait, just like a whole lot of other people took the bait. He's saying that he want Robert to own up to his demons, but own up to what? He owned up to say that they were in a relationship, and he was in a relationship with someone to believe to be a legal age person, just like Bill Cosby with this lying woman. You know, this lady lied. And back then, that's what a lot of teenagers did. And we talked about that. We talked about how many women lied about their ages. And I was talking to my dad about it. I said I lied. I was like, I was mature. I said, I was a mature person, and I said I just didn't want to date a person my age. But I tell a person now, just live your life and be happy, and get to know the world and grow a little more. See what else is out there, before you jump into something quick, just like my son. So he is like my son has become a little whore. That I can't understand how people say he has nothing to do with Kelly going to jail. So they said that he didn't have anything. He was part of it. Like he was in it hard. He was in it hard. So you have some, calling people terrorists. You have some blaming his supporters over a person that calling. Oh, somebody's in the chat. Hi, how you doing, Mr. Jeff? Welcome. Welcome. You doing all right? Can you hear me? Earth to Mr. Jeff. Hello, Mr. Jeff. I hear something like a taser. Do you want to go out and come back in? Okay. Go out and come back in. So I saw a lot of things. He got the clarity. He said, "Leave Azrael with me. Let me handle this. Let me call, Homeland Security. Let me call the FBI. Let me send some paperwork to Tasha K. Let me send this to Tasha K. Let me send that and this and that." But but for them not to give him his credit, but giving us the credit for taking down Robert. They say his supporters are the ones that has taken down Robert, and I just don't understand it for the life of me.
One pap. He may not have put those chains on Kelly ankles, but making a choice to be involved with the conspiracy against someone he menaced well had put the chains on him.
Right. Right.
Sandra Hudson, I remember when Larry started in his basement, he became the big mouth to get to slander out there on YouTube.
Yep. He was part of advocating, and I remember when he said to the other blogger that's saying that he's related to Robert, that he wants to see Robert go to prison forever, for life. They celebrated that. But I'm not the one to celebrate, because I'm fighting to get somebody out of jail. So I don't want to have that bad karma on me by wishing somebody to stay locked up or whatever. I just want a life learning lesson to happen here with this man. He should apologize, because he advocated for uh Azrael parents in Azrael. And for him to say, now I need him to understand and answer the question, Larry, that, hey, you guys said that this man was trying to be with bad. Okay. Okay, Jeff.
Jeffrey Taylor, bad reception where I'm at. But I was just going to touch on how they tainted the masses in the media with 50 accusers against Bill Cosby. But in court was only one accuser.
Right. Right. Yeah, I remember they had more than 50. Even with what's his name? The Weinstein guy. He had a lot, but I think Bill had over 70 some people. And so I think Weinstein had, I think, if I'm not mistaken, he had 50. And they knocked it all the way down to one accuser. And I said, so how are you guys gonna allow all these women that's accusing Mr. Bill Cosby to have a voice on this, and then y'all allow Weinstein to go down to one? So, but now it's only one, because see, now they seeing that Bill Cosby got a force to be reckoned with that's gonna bust your ass out. Oh, I wish I was in court right now. If I can catch me a plane and go there and go to that trial, I will be up in there. Cause I want to see Jennifer work.
They say that it's sad that women didn't care about what those women went through. I'm still trying to figure out what they went through.
Nothing. They went through nothing but getting their little twats played in and running behind somebody else's wealth, and I'm just like this, because we had a big debate, like when I was at the doctor's office. Well, I went to see my specialist, and so they was talking about the Amber case and Johnny. And she was like, how do you feel about it? Do you believe him or do you believe her? I said, well, it was a toxic relationship. I said she was the aggressor. Oh my God, you're a female. I can't believe that you would take that a man's side. I said, baby, I said women lie too. And I said hashtag him too. Hashtag men's too. Okay. I know women can bully men. I know men can be, a victim. I know this because I witnessed it. I witnessed family members beat the hell out of their men. I witnessed woman in the family arguing with their companion, and they're trying to walk away, and they constantly pushing up on them and poking the bear. And when they try to shush them away and they just put a little hand on them, just touch them with the hand, just move out the way and shove them out the way. 911. And I told her, look at my skin tone. Look at Amber's skin tone. Did you see those pictures? Because if I can find my old phone, I can show you what a bloodshot black eye look like. As black as I am black. So I know a black eye. I know bruises. I know them. And the bruises that she had on her was that man holding her from trying to beat the hell out of him. Those are, I said, with the on his arm, on her arm, those self-defense wounds. He's holding her back. She's steady grabbing at him. The scratches on her arm. He's trying to grab her arm to keep her from hitting him. Like but how he was talking to her, I said, well, how she was talking to him. She was calling the man little dingaling and hope the stepfather dingaling bigger than his. And she was poking the bear. And I asked her the question. Now, this woman taking pictures, recording things. Why it always occur after the man is out of town and it's only her and her best friend. And when she recorded, where is the recording of her turning around her camera to her face saying, this is what my husband did to me, showing the blood dripping down her face from her nose and her busted lip bleeding on a recording, since she want to record him beating up a cabinet. She never recorded him beating her. She never recorded him in the act of anything. The man laid out drunk on the floor. That's what she would show. That's the picture she showed. I'm like, I didn't even see bags up under her eyes from her saying this man punched her in the eye with all them rings on her finger, on his finger. So, it's like, I feel like what the lady feel with her son, the one from That's So Raven, when these allegations come out, do a full investigation before you start putting out names, information, and things like that. Because see, what you're gonna have is popcorn poppers like the quarterback, Bill Cosby, Mr. Bill Cosby, Mr. Sylvester Kelly, and others. Because they're gonna repeat. Now you have Gloria All Lies putting in your head about the drugs. So this is my first time hearing about the drugs. Um, that's my first time hearing about Quaaludes. Don't put you to sleep.
They say that it's sad that women didn't care.
That was my first time. I'm like, listen to these people talking like this drug, because I don't know drugs like that. But this is some of the stuff that I'm gonna bring on the live, and we're gonna talk about, and things like that. But shout out to Robert Sylvester Kelly supporters, to the people that said that the rallies and all that caused Robert to cause harm. It did not. They locked down regardless. Hippies came through there. They locked down the inmates. They put people came out to protest because they was concerned about their loved ones in the COVID, and the lights was out and all this during the freeze and stuff, and they locked it down. So it wasn't that. That's protocol with the jail lockdown. And I would hope Larry get on there and apologize, because what he was advocating for was a bunch of bullshit, bunch of lies. So I'm about to get out of here. Y'all have a blessed one. I just want to keep it an hour, 30 minutes or less. Be blessed. Thank y'all for coming on. And y'all have a good one.